For Session Update, I'm Shannon Loehrke. New research just released by the Americans for Responsible Solutions Group says that 7 in 10 Minnesotans strongly favor background checks for gun sales, including online and in gun shows. That's one of the bills before the Committee on Judiciary this morning. I spoke to Minnesotans as they waited to enter the hearing room this morning about what they wanted lawmakers to know.
I think they need to realize that things are changing. Here is another law that they're trying to pass that has nothing happening same as in, I can't remember what it's called, but in the House of Representatives. This law is going nowhere. It is here purely for political reasons. It is a waste of time. It is vote for me because this is what I did, supposedly because the representatives say that their people want it.
Background checks save lives.
Background checks save lives?
Exactly. I agree. We need background checks statewide for any gun sales.
Okay. Do you want to add anything?
Well, I think that reasonable controls should be in place and it won't impact on constitutional rights.
I'd like to have them do something to take a little action about the fact that we have too many guns in our society. I served on the ground in Vietnam 50 years ago. I turned in my assault weapon when I left this country. I'm happy to live here where we have law enforcement. I have guns to go hunting. I don't carry a gun for self-defense, and I haven't for 50 years. We have trained people to do that.
Earlier this year, Speaker Cornish, not Speaker, I guess he's chair of one of the committees, pointed out that the votes in Minnesota don't exist to advance gun control, yet they're doing this anyway because they have Bloomberg's money. It seems kind of pointless, but we have to make sure that constitutional rights are heard and that we do what we can to protect them.
We're here because we would like lawmakers to know that expanding criminal background checks to all gun sales saves lives. It's expanding our current law. It's law in 18 states, and they've had just dramatic results, more than 40% decrease in all gun deaths across the board. We've got people from all over the state who are here really to meet with their legislators and make our voices heard.
Well, today's session is really more about for the media than it is actually for the public. There is no vote on any of these bills, so it's really been put in place to make a PR statement to the community. And what we want you to know is that civil rights are an important thing, as is the right to life. And this particular bill doesn't do anything in terms of helping that. So when you're looking at universal background checks, for instance, criminals don't subject themselves, nor will they ever subject themselves to criminal background checks. It just doesn't happen. 60% of gun homicides in the U.S. are the result of suicide. So this bill isn't going to do anything to promote public safety, but it does make people feel that anything is being done. And that's really the sad part of it, because we want to see legislation that is effective in reducing the already lowering rate of gun crime.
You were watching statements from individuals waiting to testify before the Judiciary Committee on 2 gun bills. One of those bills would require a criminal background check for private gun sales, and the other bill would establish a means by which protective orders could prohibit an individual from possessing guns, either temporarily or permanently. Because committee deadlines have passed, this is an informational hearing only. Let's go live to room 1200 for that committee.